Hey guys, Chris here and welcome back to the Amazon Vlogs. I got a new toy today and we're gonna commute to work with it. This is the iENYRID ES1 dual motor scooter. It's awesome. This morning when I woke up, I was dreading going to work because the commute was so long. But now that I'm here, I feel pretty good. You hear this a lot from general life advice, but sometimes the hardest part is just starting. Just doing it. But once you start doing it, it just becomes automatic. It just becomes routine. It becomes easy. Anyways, here we are in Harrison, New Jersey. Home of the Red Bull Stadium. Soccer fans, or should I say football. That's where Messi plays. Harrison's also kind of developing. There's a lot of, not much, but they're starting to get a lot of apartments, luxury apartments. Looks like they're repainting the whole building from a beige color to white. We got like 10 minutes to grab a quick coffee. Let me just put my scooter out here. Hopefully no one steals it. Actually has a password, so no one can really like use it, steal it. Just for you guys' information, my password is 000. I don't think I ever showed you the front. So this is the locker room for the overnight associates. We also got this world map. Coffee here is free. Let's get the mocha. The warehouse. Right now the Amazon associates are picking, setting everything up for the drivers. Yeah, we got like 5 minutes before work starts, so I just like to vibe before I go in. Wait for my coffee to get cool. James! Morning, boss.
Morning, brother, man.
Oh.
They locked us out this door, so I'm over here letting everybody in.
Oh, I got you.
Stand up, stand up, stand up.
Oh.
We have a prom week coming up, right? So July 6th through 12th. If you need any days off, I need to know in advance, at least 1 week. Call out during prom week, that will result in a write-up. So make sure you communicate the days you can work with me. Also, reminder, we're in a step van or cargo like my new guys. At each stop, you have to use your emergency brake, okay?
If you've been following me for a while, this job may seem way more fun than it actually is. And the truth is, this job isn't always rainbows and butterflies. I mean, there are fun aspects to the job, and my video personifies the more fun part of it. But if we zoom out of that fun bubble and compare it to the other jobs for pay, benefits, etc., I think this job is more closer to the bottom than it is to the top. Here are 5 reasons why you shouldn't work here at Amazon. Hey, do you guys like my t-shirt? Out of service. And the back is a laundry mat. So this is merch from an OG YouTuber, Roman Atwood. He used to do a lot of pranks back in the day, and he also had a family channel years ago. He disappeared off the internet for like a couple years due to like stalkers and stuff, but he recently came back and started a daily vlog where he owns a laundromat. I've only really known him for his pranks, but I've been following his daily vlogs for the laundromat for quite some time now. And I find this shirt super like sick. It's like what the employees would wear at the laundromat, but they also put it out as merch. Anyways, now there are so many reasons why you might hate Amazon, and there's definitely more than 5. The 5 I'm about to mention are the ones that came first to my head, and it could be things very general to delivery drivers to more things more specifically about Amazon. So here's number 5. Number 5 on my list is the weather. When the weather is good, it's so good, but when the weather is bad, it's so bad. The worst days for me is when it's constantly raining all day. And I'm not just talking about a drizzle, I'm talking about like a northern downpour. I just want you guys to close your eyes and picture this. Hour 1 of a rainy day. No, hour 1, hour 2, it's kind of like a vibe, you know. You get a little wet, but it's all right. Hour 3 and 4, your poncho is getting soaked. So much so that it's going through the poncho, so your clothes are getting wet. Your shoes are waterproof, but your socks are not, and the water starts seeping down inside your shoes. And by hour 5 and 6, you're walking around with wet socks, shirt's wet, your pants are wet, you're drenched, and you still got 3 or 4 more hours of delivery. It's so bad. It's terrible. So much so that I start calling out on days when I know it's just gonna pour all day. And it's not just the rain, it's also the extreme cold or the extreme heat. More so the heat, because you can kind of escape the cold-ish, not really, but you can't escape the heat. A few days ago, the US experienced a heat dome where temperatures were a lot worse than they usually are in the Midwest and the east side of the US. Here in Jersey, 100-degree weather, 103 plus, and I was sweating my ass off. I got a little taste of how it feels to deliver in Phoenix, Arizona. Man, you guys in Arizona, I don't know how you do it every full time. Not every day, but full time. That heat wave was something else. Today's like 85 degrees, kind of humid, and I'm still sweating. Hello. Just got this for you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day. Thanks. Snack time. Alright guys, every town, or most, I want to say like 95% of towns have a public library. Meaning they have a bathroom.
Please present your card or your mobile phone.
Oh. Always utilize the public bathrooms in libraries. I found this nice little park in the middle of this neighborhood. It's nice and peaceful. Now usually I wouldn't stop at a park because as an Amazon driver we have so little time to do other things besides deliver. So I really brought this scooter just for fun. It's more of a commuting scooter than like something I would bring. This scooter is more for commuting, but I brought it on my route just to have fun. It's not very practical because it's so like heavy, but I want to show you all the capabilities of what it can do. So take note of all the wood chips on the floor. With these 10-inch tires, they can do a lot of off-roading stuff. no problem. Easy peasy. And this is how well it does on grass. So this scooter can deliver to any house. If you have a yard, driveway, no problem. Number 4, working long 10-hour shifts. Most people work 9 to 5, leaving them a lot of space and a lot of room for activities in the evening. And many restaurants and bars have something called happy hour, where you get discounted drinks at discounted times, usually after work, 5 to 7 p.m. But doing all these activities and going to happy hour is a no-go for me. If you're an Amazon driver like me, Amazon drivers usually start later in the day depending on your time of your loadout. For me, it's 10:30 and I finish pretty late. Last week, in fact, I finished around 10:20 p.m. And yeah, that's like a 12-hour shift, which leaves me no time to do anything else but work. And at 10 p.m. at night, you just go home and go sleep just to do the same thing the next day. It's sad because many people that work 9 to 5 always hit me up like, yo, you want to go play tennis, you want to go eat, you want to do volleyball? And I have to say no because I'm at work. And sometimes I just hate getting those invites because it feels like you're missing out. And eventually those invites become less and less. And then you become the friend that's always working. And worst case scenario, they don't mess with you anymore. They don't f with you anymore. Number 3, being micromanaged by AI cameras and technology. If you guys haven't seen my last video where I talk about the cameras, make sure you go watch it in the description. It essentially has AI technology always watching you and will send bad clips and violations of you to Amazon. They have also implemented a 3-strike system. So let's say you had 3 violations in one day. It's gonna show you a message on your little rabbit or on the EDV saying that you have to return back to station. Essentially, they're gonna suspend you for a certain amount of time and you're gonna have to do retraining by watching safety videos. Another key point I mentioned in that video is the routing system. I mentioned that being a fast driver and doing the route very fast will punish you for the next week, because the routing system will be like, hey, you did that pretty fast, let's give you more packages. So essentially getting punished for being a good driver. I want to talk about a DSP in my building that got their contract taken away. So 7 of the 8 DSPs that currently work in my building do it per hour, or you get paid hourly. And that one DSP paid for 10 hours for the whole day. Meaning it was a flat rate. If you finish in 5 hours, you get that paid full 10 hours. And if you finish late, say 12, 13 hours, you still get paid that 10 hours. So the incentive for that DSP was to finish fast. But it pretty much f***ed them because all the drivers there kept doing the route super fast, but they kept getting more and more. And by trying to finish these impossible amount of packages, they would rush and get into a lot of accidents. So much so that their insurance rate for their fleet of vehicles was higher than how much Amazon would pay them, and thus ending their contract. It wasn't sustainable for them, so they had to go. So yeah, with all this technology nowadays, who knows what's in store for the future. Eventually, when you're going to work, it will have cameras that know everything you're doing every second of the day. How long you're browsing Reddit, how long you're making plans for the weekend, how much time you spend talking to your coworkers. It's gonna be crazy. And Amazon's one of the leaders in that type of practice. Not just in delivery, but in the warehouse as well. They have something called TOT, time off task. During COVID, they had cameras, and if you stood closer to 6 feet to someone, you would get in trouble. It's crazy nowadays. Now the iENYRID scooter has a single motor that has a 1200 watts of power, which is pretty good power. But if that single motor power isn't good enough for you, it also can do dual power, meaning 1200 volts in the front and 1200 volts in the back. How much power is that? Let me show you a crazy hill test. All right, we're back in my hometown and this is Cobblestone Hill. It's a very steep hill made out of cobblestone. Yeah, one of a kind, and only like 2 out of my 4 e-bikes can go up this hill because it's just that steep. And now we're gonna test the iENYRID ES1 scooter to see if it can do it. With how much power this scooter has, I think it can do it. So we're at power assist level 1 on single motor. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's on single level 1. Oh, I can't believe my eyes right now. Wow, I'm very impressed right now. Okay, that was crazy. That was crazy. All right, so we're doing assist level 3 with the dual motors. So now both motors are gonna run. Let's see what it can do. Okay, let's go. Oh my God, no problem. We're going 20 miles per hour. Oh my gosh, I'm scared. That's some serious power. I'm just gonna say this, I'm very impressed by the lowest power setting can go up the hill. What the heck? And the highest power setting, easy. No questions asked, it can easily do it. Like this. Free stuff. I like free stuff. All right. Oh, it's free plants. Should I get a plant? This is the door. It doesn't look like a door, but it's a door. Let's see what we got. Should you just take one? Not the table. What is this stuff? Red cherry tomatoes, super sweet. You know what? You're coming home with me. Plant this at my house later. Do you live close to a convenience store or your job where the commute is too far to walk but close enough where it's inconvenient to take your car? Well, look no further because I have the iENYRID dual motor scooter that will make your commute 50 times more fun. You guys know how much I love my electric bikes, but if you live in like a small house or apartment, you might not have room for one. With this scooter, it's much more compact and easier to take places. And the max speed this scooter can go up to is 37 miles per hour. That's as fast as cars go on your local streets. And since it's dual motor, there's a motor in the front and the back, meaning you get so much torque. It has a lot of kick from launch. So much so that I get a little bit of adrenaline every time I kickstart from dual motors from 0. This scooter has everything. Turn signals so people know when you're gonna turn. Underglow to be cool and visible at night. 10-inch round road tires and a max range of 37 miles per charge. There is so much more this scooter has to offer. Make sure you check out their websites for more in-depth details. Because if you're looking to have fun this summer and to go places, the iENYRID ES1 scooter is for you. Usually I don't show this part, but there's a sushi place that I'm thinking about ordering some food. It's not so much about the sushi, but they do have poke bowls. So poke bowl is essentially sushi in a bowl form. And since this place is doing it, I say, let's get some poke. Like I said, sushi place, but they also have poke bowls. That should be like the norm for sushi places nowadays. I'm so Oh, hello. Hello. Place an order for Chris online.
Spicy salmon right?
Yeah. Do you have a restroom?
Yeah. I'll
Over
write
there?
down right now.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Freaking train. All right, this is Sushi A and C. Looks like they're changing their name, but all their food's gonna stay the same. Got a nice cold ginger ale. Let me drink it. It's been so hot in this truck. So humid. I had this before. I would give it a 7 out of 10 rating. Maybe 7.5, 8. Hold on, I totally forgot. And it comes with chopsticks, and I got a fork. So, you guys eat your poke with chopsticks or a fork? Sushi I eat with chopsticks, but I always ate poke with a fork. It's just what I'm used to. So I didn't tell you all the ingredients. It's salmon. I got the spicy salmon bowl. It comes with rice, seaweed salad, avocado, fish eggs, corn. Let's dig in. It's so good. Alright, this is definitely like 8 out of 10. I'm gonna try to eat this like semi-quick. I'm not gonna eat all of it right now. We are kind of running low on time. We do only have like 20 stops left, 25 stops, but it's like 7 o'clock. The heck? Bro, I gotta show you this. This guy's in a Lilo and Stitch costume. What the heck? It's not even Halloween. Anyways, yep, eating good food. Try to eat my best. Sometimes I get a little flack eating out or eating all this food. But you know who should get some flack is the bus driver on TikTok. Oh my god. So he does pretty much day in the life videos of a bus driver, but sometimes he takes himself out on a solo date and where he goes to like a restaurant and he orders like, oh my god, he has a group. Okay, he orders like $50 amount of food at like a, I don't know, let's say a bed and breakfast. Like you get French toast, you got the French fries, he got like 4 or 5 dishes, and he has a Groupon, so the total cost of the meal costs like $20-30. But he eats a lot. He's like doing mukbangs. And being a bus driver, it's a little dangerous because there's a lot of downtime. Whereas versus me, like an Amazon driver, I'm always on my feet. So all these calories are probably gonna be burned and then some. That's also another thing. Sometimes you can't eat lunch. It's a honorable mention why I don't like Amazon, because sometimes there's just not enough time to eat. Sit down and relax and chill. And another cool thing about the iENYRID ES1 scooter is its height adjustment. So I'm 5'11", 6 foot on Tinder, and you can adjust the height of the steering wheel. You call this a steering wheel? Of the height of the scooter. All you gotta do is lift the gold bar up like this and push the holes in. There's some holes right here. A little button, push it in, and it'll drop right down. And the lowest height is this. Maybe I kind of like it like this. How do I look, guys? Go like small. Yeah, so if you want to adjust your height rate, really simple, really easy. I think I'm just gonna leave it at the max height. And I also want to show you how convenient and small it is to fit inside a car. So bring the handles down like this, and then there's a little switch right here, brings it down. Okay. Is that like 40-50 pounds? And just roll it in there. I still have space for a lot of stuff, like you see my tennis stuff. That was like less than 20-30 seconds. Take it to a park, might bring it to New York City, go anywhere. Number 2 thing I hate most about Amazon is rescues. There is no other word that irks me more at the end of the day than the word rescue. Now let me back up real quick. For those that don't know what rescue is, let's say it is the end of the day, 8 o'clock, you finish your route. You call your dispatcher, be like, yo, I'm finished. You tell him or her you have no packages coming back to the station. They're like, okay, can you do me a favor? Or can you help me do a rescue? And what that essentially means is, since you were the earlier drivers to finish, there's someone falling back behind and doing their route. So you finish your route, other drivers haven't finished their route, and they're falling behind. After you finish your route, they want you to do and help someone else's route. Now, if you're new to Amazon, you're like, yeah, I want to be a team player. I'll do anything the dispatcher says. You'll probably do it. I've done rescues in the beginning. When I first started, you know, I'm a team player. But once you're a year or two years in, I think you're pretty much done. You just really want to do your route and go home afterwards. Not help anyone, you know. If they can't finish the route, why do you have to finish? Help them finish. And it especially sucks if your DSP has mandatory rescues. Now you're probably asking yourself like, oh, so yours are unmandatory or voluntarily, which I would say yes. But there's a little catch to it, you know. You see, I could always say no and never do a rescue, but you pretty much get put on, like, I wouldn't say like a naughty list or a bad list. Other drivers that have or done or do rescues will have a priority over you. If you scratch your dispatcher's back, they got your back. If you do rescues and you need a day off on a certain day, your dispatcher got you. But if you're the guy that doesn't do rescues and you ask for some days off, he might be more hesitant to give them to you. Which kind of ties me up to my number one most thing I hate about Amazon, and that is being an extra or being on standby. That is the most annoying thing that can happen here at Amazon DSPs. It's pretty much showing up to work, your DSP telling you there's no more routes, and you just go home without any pay or with very low pay. And I'm gonna explain why this happens. So Amazon has an ideal number of routes they have for each following day. So let's say tomorrow Amazon's gonna have 20 routes. You assign 20 drivers for those routes for that day. The day of, Amazon's like, oh, we have to drop some routes, you know, things weren't what we intended them to be. So instead of being 20 routes, it's 17 routes. And that leaves 3 drivers with no work, essentially. If one person calls out, then there's 2 drivers without any routes. They're extras, they're standbys. And from what I've seen, they only get paid for the time they're there. Maybe you can help at loadout for like an hour, which is what my DSP does and most DSPs do. But if your DSP is more generous, they'll pay for you showing up, and then they'll give you like 4 hours of pay. And this system happens every day. There's always extras at my DSP, and essentially they get f***ed, which sucks, because like you go to work to get paid, to go work and get paid, but then instead you just get sent home. They pretty much, your DSP pretty much chooses who goes home. So if you have a bad driver score, or if you have too many violations, or if your dispatcher doesn't like you, or if you're the guy that doesn't do too many rescues, you get chosen to be the extra. Like come January, February time, being extra happens like all the time. There's one time I'm scheduled for 4 days of the week, and I was the extra 3 times. 3 freaking times. So I only worked 1 day of the week, scheduled for 4, showing up there, getting paid pennies. So if you're a person that likes to make money, Amazon is not it, because essentially you just get screwed by being an extra like maybe like once or twice a week. Most of the time, if you're a good driver that's been there for years, you know, they don't want you to leave,
so they'll keep you on the roster for the days. But if you're a driver that slacks off, that needs to get rescued every day, too many violations, dropping the scorecard, it's over for you. Being extra, being on standby is #1 for me, and which I don't like working for Amazon. Today was a little off day for me since everything's in my car and I took a scooter. I forgot my hat, I forgot my water bottle, and I forgot my headband. I'm wearing a bandana that I bought at 7-Eleven for $4 just to keep the sweat out of my face. But yeah, there are a lot of things to hate about Amazon, and I find the turnover rate for Amazon is very high, not just as a delivery driver but also in the warehouse. I think a lot of people quit Amazon, and for delivery drivers they quit within, I want to say, they stay for a little longer. Some people quit immediately after like the first week, but maybe like 3 or 4 months they're out. And I want to say there are a couple of reasons, but majority would be it's not what they expected. They think it's like Uber Eats or DoorDash where they only do like 10 to like 20 deliveries, maybe like 50 max. But out here we're doing 150 stops, 200 stops. It's a lot. There's no downtime at all. Like, even making these vlogs can be quite hard. I gotta put in a little more work just to stay on track and stay on time. Physically demanding, not enough pay for how much we do, better opportunities everywhere else. If you're thinking about being a delivery driver, I always say just give it a try. You know, you have nothing to lose, so you can kind of experience it for yourself. Being 2 years in, I'm at the end of my rope. Leave a comment below for what you hate about Amazon. There's so much to hate. Customer service, the password deliveries, too many packages. That's one. Prime Day is coming up. Not looking forward to it. And with that being said, make sure you guys like the comment. As a payment from me, make sure you subscribe. See you in the next one. Check out the scooter. Peace out.